How's it going, folks? It's been a little while. Welcome to another Low Elo Legends cast. In the red here, playing the Celt, we have Carson 15, who is 177 Elo at the time of the recording. In the blue, we have ciscokid playing as the Lithuanians at 179, or 97, sorry. We're going to watch red for this cast, and let's see what they do. They do nothing. Oh, there we go. We got a house. Good. Ooh, two houses. Ooh, I like this already. Red's got a build order. All the sheep are heading over, okay, to here. And we got villagers. Already this player is playing well above 177. Okay. Well, maybe not. How many sheep are we going to kill here? Okay, we killed a sheep there. Not the most ideal place to kill a sheep. Oh, we got another sheep there. I mean, oh no. No. This is the opposite of what you want to do. You want to have all your vills on one sheep because it's just more efficient. There's less decay. So this sheep is decaying, or goat, I guess. They're all decaying and their meat is getting wasted. So if you have all 6 villagers on one sheep, then you will collect more resources from it. And they'll still collect at the same rate. It's not like you lose, you like have a slower rate if you have multiple villagers. Though I guess now we can see you should probably keep creating villagers. Your opponent is 7, 8. Where is the one I want? What is this one? All right. Well, we've now got like 2 on every sheep except for this one, which I guess is not as bad. And this player's paying a lot of attention to their sheep. These sheep coming in. But yeah, this is this is not exactly how you want to do it. Okay, making some more villagers now. This is good. Every time you have food, you should make villagers up until you have like 15, 16. Then depending on what you want to actually do. Okay. Oh, see this? They know there's another goat around here somewhere. It's probably up here, actually. Maybe. Yeah, it's right up there. So definitely that good instincts there to kind of check for the other goat, but sometimes it's just a little bit out of range. I bet you'll find it though. I like this circular pattern. You're not missing anything. You have your rhino, your other rhino, stone, gold, kind of forward gold, which isn't great, but that hill you could drop a castle there and defend easily. Bears are kind of forward too. Okay, what are you gonna do once your sheep are out? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna go for a rhino or are you gonna go to berries? Still making vills. 9 vills on food. It's a bit much at this point, especially on sheep. I'd put a couple on wood at this point, but let's see where this vill is going. You can see she came out and this player just started moving her immediately. They've got plans. Okay. Okay, now, or, oh, okay, never mind. Oh, there we go, lumber camp. Beautiful. So, this player knows that you can set the gather point here. Something they might not know is you can set them on a tree directly, and the villagers will just go immediately there. And we're going for a rhino. Okay. You know, at this elo, I wouldn't expect them to be able to lure a rhino, so this isn't terrible. Having 9 villagers hunting is actually pretty good too. It means that a lot of this meat is not going to spoil. Villagers that hunt collect a lot faster than sheep, farms, berries, etc. And they also carry 35 food. I don't think Celts have a bonus on that. No. Some civilizations have a bonus to how much food their hunters collect. But you can see this rhino is going down pretty fast because there's so many vills here. And that's a good thing. It's you know, I wouldn't expect you to be able to lure this, and being able to take it with this menu is great. This is the problem of that gather point here. If you just click the tree, right click the tree, your villager would automatically go and collect from the tree. Now, here's a thing that people might not notice or know. Even if the tree gets chopped, as long as you leave that gather point there, villagers that show up will still go to the nearest tree. They'll remember that they were supposed to be woodcutters. Okay, we got a house. That's good because you are housed. In this case, if you're housed, that's a really good time to research loom so that your town center isn't idle. You almost have enough to go up to feudal as well, except you're missing a building. You need 2 Dark Age buildings. Houses do not count. A mill would be a good one, since you want to take those berries anyway. I'm kind of curious as to what you're going to do with all these villagers now. And the goat. Oh, are they all going to go to the goat? No, they're all going to go to this other rhino. Except these 2, which are going to go to the goat. Maybe? Nope. Okay, they're just continuing on. If you're not going to go up, then you should keep making villagers. Because villagers that you have are going to be more useful than villagers that you don't have. Oh, and you lost a villager. It's okay. The best way to avoid that is to keep your weak villagers behind, because the rhino will focus... Well, they'll focus the first villager that attacked them. And so if your weak villagers are further back, they're going to be the last ones to start attacking, which means they're going to be less in danger. The first 2 houses, fine. For the houses like this, it's definitely recommended that you start kind of building them out like here, because houses can form a really nice wall. You can see they have a decent amount of hit points. In Dark Age, they actually have really terrible armor, but they still form a really nice barricade. So instead of building them like this, if you built them here, you'd almost have this area completely walled off. Not that this would be the area I'd worry about, since your opponent's probably around here somewhere. This would be the area that I would be kind of walling that way, or maybe like here. This mill doesn't make a lot of sense. I imagine you're making it to do farms, but mills are also a drop-off point for berries. So if you pop it right here, then you would be able to take berries with it, which you're going to run out of this rhino pretty quick, and you're going to want to go on to something else. Again, you got vills piling up here. That gather point, setting it somewhere else would be really helpful, but now you can go up. You've got the 2 buildings, you've got the food. You'd be ahead of your opponent if you did. We got farms coming in. Unless you're going fast castle, I wouldn't recommend farms this early, because you can see they only have 175 food. If you're up to feudal before you make farms, you can research horse collar, which gives you, I think, an additional 75, which would give you 250 food. It's just, especially in feudal age, late Dark Age, early feudal age, late feudal age even, wood is valuable. And so having your farms last longer before they need to be replanted can be really helpful. Okay, we're going after the ostrich, probably the zebra. That's not terrible. I think at this point it's safer to have them on berries, because now they're really far out here. Imagine if your opponent was drushing and had 4 men-at-arms. They'd really cause some damage to you here, because you're way out. But you're up. You're up earlier than your opponent, and that's really good. With not too bad villagers. Your opponent has a little bit more, but that's okay. What are you going to do in feudal age? What do Celts get? Celts don't get R, but they do get paladins, so scout rush wouldn't be terrible. Lumberjacks. Oh, infantry move faster. That could be an interesting thing too, but infantry's not very meta. Of course, this is also 200 elo, so nothing's meta. Okay. This isn't the worst thing ever. And you do have enough villagers here that even if you did get drushed, you could probably fight it off. Oh, there's some box turtles there. That's kind of nice. What else we got going on? We got 4 on wood here, 1 on a straggler tree, 6 on farms. So you're going very food heavy, food and wood heavy. For anything that you're going to need in the next age, if you're going scouts, this is perfect to have this many on food, this many on wood. Because you got all this food coming in as well. One thing that you could do as well is when you're on your way up, you could build a barracks, because now you don't have access to the next level military building. So you don't have access to archery range, stable, etc. because you don't have the barracks. There are a couple civs that can bypass this. I think Khmer, I want to say. Malay or Khmer, one of those. But if you're building the barracks as you go up, to feudal, then you have it ready by the time you're done. Oh, that is okay. That's a very, very aggressive wall. And I say aggressive because you could have gone from here to the berries, because berries make a natural defense, and then to the wood here. I guess it's not the end of the world. Also, if you are being rushed, if someone has gone up to feudal and is making scouts at this point, they will be in your base before before you get this wall done, because they'll probably have in like 30, 40 seconds. Okay, go into gold. Not the worst thing ever, especially when you've got a lot of food, you've got a lot of wood. A fast castle build could be doable here. If these two, you put them on gold and you get a couple more on there as well, because you're getting your food really fast. Oh, now the mill for the berries. Okay, so you do know bills can go on berries. You just wanted to farm here, I guess. You could have put it here and had the same effect. But that's okay. You have the wood now. And now you're deleting your walls. Okay, what are you planning? What are you planning to do here? This villager, okay, he's lumbering over there. Okay, what is she gonna do? Oh, wheelbarrow. Wheelbarrow is a little early. Wheelbarrow is really, really helpful with villagers that are on farms, because they oftentimes have to walk a long distance. Here, if your villagers are walking a long distance for wood, you just build a lumber camp closer to them. It's not that expensive. Okay, now this is a really aggressive wall. You don't even know where your opponent is right now. They might be here. They probably aren't, but they might be. This is really forward. It is stone, so it's not going to be as difficult, but imagine, you know, someone gets up to castle age, comes through with a battering ram, they're going to get through this wall pretty quickly. And it doesn't, like, unless you stonewall the entire map, which you're probably not going to be able to do. I could be wrong. I've seen that happen in low elo games before. But unless you do this, anyone sending scouts by, they'll just bypass this wall completely, and they'll just go through here or any of the other gaps. Oh, and you found your enemy scout. Okay, so they must be around here somewhere. They're probably in this area, that'd be my guess. But yeah, very aggressive wall. Have you researched... I guess I could probably see on here. Oh, you have not researched heavy plow. Not heavy plow, horse collar. Horse collar will be great. You can see those farms are having to be reseeded. That takes up a lot of wood, making them, if you get horse collar, if you get heavy plow even, oh, there it goes. Horse collar's coming in. They have more food on them, and so this guy's farm will have this. Also, fun fact, if you start researching horse collar as the villager starts seeding a farm, I believe it finishes quicker. It's a pretty fast tech. Opponent is going up to castle age. You could do that too, but you need the buildings. Good buildings for a fast castle. Blacksmith market. Blacksmith market technically does need a mill to be created before you can actually build it. However, it's kind of useful to have a mill anyway, so you usually have one. So you can have a market. Market takes up a lot of tiles and has a lot of health too, so it's good as part of a building wall. Though you seem like you're more interested in stone walls. And you have villagers on stone somewhere. Where are they? There they are. 2 villas on stone over here. For more walls, I imagine. More villas on gold here. I do like the diversification of it. This is not saturated yet, but it's not terrible to be taking from multiple mines. A lot of villas on berries here, though. Though I can see you are starting to get a decent farm economy. I approve of that. Though you do have a lot of food and a lot of gold. This is Castle Age right here. Just got to get those buildings, got to go up. Your opponent's doing it, so you can see. Oh, they're there. Your opponent is not walled at all. And you can see they've got a nice building wall here. They've got a market, blacksmith. They've got a hole in their wall. They've got a stable, which means they're probably going for knights. As Celts, your pikemen will move faster, starting feudal age. So getting the barracks up, getting some pikes wouldn't be a terrible idea. Lithuanians are well known for their cavalry, and this is an amazing wall. Sure, just now you know the opponent is. Let's just wall them in. It works for some of the pros. Alright. Continuing to build villagers. I appreciate that. Now your opponent's making militia. That doesn't make a lot of sense and is unexpected. This mining camp isn't great at this point because you can't protect it. If you were in Castle Age, you can build a town center. You could drop a town center here. Right now, your opponent, at this point, you should expect them to have a very interesting military composition. And you don't need this gold. You have this gold. You could put another mine here, have plenty. You have this gold. There is the Ace of Emerald strat where you just take every single resource on the map. That does work at low elo. I wouldn't recommend it. Oh no. Yeah, that's a very greedy wall that far forward. Of course, they don't seem to know what to do with it. And you're really close to their territory. What's your scout doing? No military either. No military at all. Definitely at this point you want to... If you're not going to Castle Age, you need to turn this into military. This is just... Resources are just sitting around doing nothing. Okay, we got blacksmith. That's good. You have plenty of wood. You could go market it at the same time. Be ready to go up to castle. Especially... Oh, there we go. There's the market. Yeah, you can see markets take a long time to build. That's okay. This guy will probably help out. And building villagers while you're getting ready to go up. Good. You might want to move to another wood line soon. This one's getting a little thin. Diversifying your wood lines also is really good. This one's much more protected. That's an interesting place for a barracks. But I'm glad you're building one. Oh no. Housed. At this point, it's probably not a terrible idea to just grab like 3 villagers off of the wood line. Oh, there we go. Build houses. Okay, so now you've got this kind of interesting bowl-shaped wall here. So you did get the idea of houses as part of the wall. But I don't really understand why you're walling this. Like, you don't control this territory. This is not area you have influence over. You have influence over this area, so this would be a better area to wall. You don't influence... Well, kind of, technically you do kind of influence this area because it's hard to get to. I bet this is a town center here. Nope, it's towers. Okay, well that's a fun surprise. Not what I would expect. And we got Castle Age queued up. Beautiful. Perfect. Another barracks. Okay, your Celts. You know Celts like infantry, so you're going for infantry. Not the worst decision, especially because you're against a civ that does a lot of knights. I would want to see the pikeman upgrade coming in though. I don't think you get that for free. Oh, you do. No, that just shows that you have the spearmen. That's it. Yeah, so getting pikeman upgrade would be really good here because you know that... Oh wait, you're not in Castle Age. You can't get the pikeman upgrade. Never mind. That's again a really aggressive wall. Though I guess less aggressive than this one. And now you can see those towers. This feels, yeah. Not gonna make it. Wow, stone walls really go down fast when they're not fully constructed. You're walling somewhere else. Okay. Extending this wall. I like how the plans have slowly kind of changed. You're like, okay, let's move this way then. What about this? Once you get up to the next stage, you almost have enough stone. You could just toss a castle here, and if you put a castle here, then you do claim ownership of this space. Because no one else can really do anything without having to deal with that castle. There's a lot of villagers to be working on a wall. Maybe you're nervous about it. You do have enough stone to actually fully wall this if you really want to, which is a lot, but it's not the greatest use of stone. Okay, we have idols there. They should be doing something. But yeah, what's your plan? Okay, we got archery ranges, and we got stables. Okay, so you're going to go with all of the above. Someone asked Carson15, what military unit are you making? And Carson15 replied, yes. Longswords. Okay, longswords, crossbow. I mean, you've got the resources. You got a ton of resources, but focusing on one type of unit is definitely better. Celts do get good infantry, but it's not. Where is this guy going? Okay. It's not the best infantry, and infantry in general is just not the best. Though I guess against Lithuanians, I would actually be going probably crossbow pike. Because you know that they're going to be creating knights, which pikes are very good against, and then your crossbow can take care of anything harassing the knight or the pikes. Hopefully, though a good counter to that is skirmishers, and Lithuanians get really good skirmishers. Oh, here's the knights. No relics collected yet. You can see that those knights were not plus anything. Now that tower is going to go down. Blacksmith upgrades would definitely be helpful here. With the longswords and crossbows, if you have blacksmith upgrades, you would have enough to take them out. I don't know why your opponent is making spears. That's a little weird. And longswords aren't terrible, honestly, if you just start making a lot of them and you get the blacksmith upgrades. Longsword crossbowmen, okay, and we got knights coming in. You know, as long as you're getting the upgrades. Okay, this wall is continued. See, the thing is that this wall doesn't help you at this point, because they're already in this area. You don't have control of this area. Now, maybe if you put a wall here, that would work. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, those archers are... these knights have armor, though. The longswordsmen, I think, are gonna lose this. Oh, no, maybe they don't, because there's just enough of them. Okay, there's still a lot of military here for blue. Okay, you won that. Good job. Make more military. Because you know... Oh, there's the blacksmith upgrades. Beautiful. Again, see, this is the problem of going multiple types of units, is now you have to research all the upgrades for them. So you have the archer upgrades, you have the infantry upgrades, you have the cavalry upgrades. Oh boy, these are man-at-arms. These are not very good. So the knights are the worrying thing here. So if you can take out those knights real quick. Nope. And now I think you... Yeah, take out the knights, because the knights are the ones... You're getting upgrades on them too. The knights are the ones you really gotta worry about, because these man-at-arms are really weak. Oh boy. Disaster. Okay, creating more units, that's good. Yeah, there's panic now. See, and you are slow. Oh, there's pikes. Ooh, that's not good for you. If you had like 20 crossbowmen clears this easy. See, still going for the men-at-arms, and they are dying, but the heavy hitters, the heavy damage doers are still alive. You gotta take those out first. And these archers are not doing much damage to these knights at this point. Like, what is it? Okay, oh, that's actually... Yeah, it's decent bit damage. Alright, so you're gonna clear that. And now... Okay, you're doing good, actually. You've cleared 2 waves of enemy. Make more. You need more... You need more units now. You've got... What is it? 3. One of them's your scout, who's... Where's your scout? Over in the corner here. Okay, we've got a little bit of a house wall here. I'm pretty sure that there's a hole there. The giant wall continues.
Let's go.
See, this wall at this point doesn't make a ton of sense. I mean, you could finish it to the corner, but like your opponent is here. Your opponent already can get in here. Why are they gonna? They're not gonna go around this way. They might if they're raiding, but like you haven't seen any raids, and they don't seem like they're interested in raiding. They're just throwing units right down the middle, and they're not doing too badly. Honestly, this is gonna be close. I think these knights probably win this fight. No, blue. Blue's making the mistake of going for the vills first, and they're probably gonna... That probably means they're actually gonna lose this fight. If there's army in the area, you gotta take care of the army before you take out vills, unless you're raiding with very cheap units. Like if you're raiding with scouts, with light cavalry, with hussar, you don't care if those get killed. So you can take out the vills first, but with knights are expensive. So make use of them, take out the military. This is good, actually. Red, you're doing a really good job building that military back up. I approve of it. More blacksmith upgrades, definitely. You can go to imp at this point. I would say you have military presence. Start attacking this tower. Drop a castle right here on this hill, and go imp. Your opponent seems to be content to throw infantry at you, which is really weird, because you actually have better infantry. Let's see, do Celts get all the upgrades for infantry? Yeah, you get all the upgrades for infantry. At least the important armor ones and all that. And then you don't get squires, but that's okay because you have this 15% faster, which means you actually have a better squires. Castle here, it's fine. This is good because this is where all the enemies coming for. You could be more aggressive with this, but I could see your unwillingness to, especially because you don't know what your opponent has. What your opponent has is garbage at this point. They should be... Oh, there you go. They should be getting those relics, and they should be making knights. Yeah, because see this, you clear this. This is pikemen and men-at-arms. So take advantage of your opponent being bad with this stuff. Hello, ostrich. And yeah, castle's good. The other thing you could do is build a university, build a monastery, especially against Lithuanians. You want to stop them from getting relics. There's still 3 relics on the board here. They probably have the other 2, would be my guess. We know, we just saw them get that one. There's probably another one over here that they also got. So if you can snag those other 2 relics, you limit what they can do. Because if they get all those relics, they can get up to +4 additional on their knights, which is quite a lot. It's quite powerful. They're not... now they're making knights. But if you can stop them, if you can limit that to +2, or +1 even, or +0 would be best. But they already have 2 relics. If you can get these other 3 with your own monk, that would be great. And the monastery also counts as one of the buildings you need to go up to imp. The other thing at this point is because you haven't been doing much and you've got a lot of food, going for another town center. Town center on this gold... Oh, I guess there's not much there. On a resource. Where would be a good resource for it? Over here. Because then what you can do is instead of having to send villagers all this way, they just come out of that town center and go there. Right? So you could drop a town center here. That's gone. I mean, honestly, even over here, that would be a good place. Oh, there we go. I heard a monastery. Nice. And you can go up to imp now. I mean, also, your town center is not doing anything. University. Wow, every single university tech. Not all of these are useful. Fortified wall is kind of useful. Guard tower, I wouldn't do because you don't actually have any towers. I guess you're planning on building them. That's funny. This shows us watchtower. This shows us guard tower. Alright, so you're cleaning this pretty easily. They've got latest, but they got that +2. That's from the 2 relics, probably. Latest are nice. Wait, latest. Latest, yeah, okay. But yeah, so you can see they're actually pretty heavily damaged, but your opponent is not going to imp. They're just throwing units at you, and you have a lot more units than them now, including some petards. So go up to imp. Well, now you don't have the food, but if you go up to imp, you can get trebs. You can take care of this castle. Easy. 2 trebs. Your opponent can't stop that because they can't face your military. You just saw that. They threw what they had against you and they lost. So get up to imp and throw some military against you. You could also build like battering rams and just build a siege workshop here. Petards will work. I think you need like 10 or 15 of them to actually hit the castle to bring it down, which means you probably want more like 20. Because the castle's going to destroy some on the way. They're not the most efficient use of resources. Monk for healing. Monk for getting relics would be better, but healing is not the end of the world. Latest again. So this guy's just making latest. ciscokid. This woodline definitely needs a refresh. Even with wheelbarrow, they are moving entirely too far to get wood. And you need wood at this point. You're actually starting to run a little low. Okay, we got another monk, also for healing, I guess. So, okay, you know, enough petards will do it. The other thing, though, is your opponent's not attacking you. You have an army. You need to be doing something with it. And now they're raiding. Now, if only that wall was completed. Actually, seriously, that wall had been completed, they wouldn't have gotten in. But also, it doesn't seem like they cared about raiding. They just wanted to attack your army. Now this woman's running the gauntlet to build a stone mine up here. Well, no ballistics for the Lithuanian player, or else that woman would have not survived. Your opponent's also not making that many vills. So you're actually doing pretty good in that regard. So just, yeah, keep making vills. Your farming ecos, I'd say make another 15 farms at this point. You need to be making mass military. And you need to be using that military. Like, these knights, just toss these knights against the castle and the tower, honestly. Well, I guess the towers will probably take them out, but... now these Latus. He's just throwing away units. These are coming in around the side, though. They are sneaking in around, so... Now, if you want to finish that wall, you've already built the whole thing. I would say it was too big of an investment at the very beginning, but now you've already done it, so you might as well continue it on. But yeah, your opponent's just throwing out. You have so much more military than them. Just go in. Like, honestly, even just send your knights in to distract and then send the petards in so none of them get taken out. You probably get that castle down to a quarter health with that many petards. Or go to Imp. What you shouldn't be doing at this point is just building up a massive army and leaving it there. Because your opponent is going to go to Imp eventually. They are eventually going to get the resources and realize they need to stop throwing units away. They're going to go to Imp, and then they're going to have Trebs. They're going to be able to take you out, and then you're going to have to engage. You don't want to engage on their terms. You want to engage on your terms. That's pretty important. You always, whenever you take a fight, take it on your terms, not theirs. Also, you are still missing some blacksmith upgrades. If you're gonna sit in Castle Age, you might as well have upgraded units. But eventually, if this Lithuanian player gets up to Paladin, 20 Paladins does crush this army. Like, they are that much better, especially Lithuanian Paladins. So you want to make sure that... I do enjoy the fact that there are raids happening. Like, the Lithuanian players just getting tired or bored or realize they can't face this army. But that's the important thing, because they realize they can't face this army, you have no loom. So, your villagers die very easily because they have 25 health. In your town center, which has not been doing anything for quite some time, or, you know, has been idle, it's doing something now, you can get loom, which gives them an additional 15 health and some armor, which means that they survive an animal attack. As it was, you can see, it took 2 vills to kill that lion. Alright, gold on here. Town center would have been better. And also, you haven't taken this gold. You don't need to take your gold way far out. Oh, there we go. This is exciting. And again, oh, that whole army train moving forward so slowly. Send the cavalry forward first. As you can see, they're really slowed down by everything else. But this is a decent army. You will take that tower out. And with the petards, you might take the castle. Honestly, at this point, the archers should be taking care of this manga now. Because otherwise, that mangonel's going to kill everything here. The petards are coming in. And you attack the castle directly, which means that, see his units coming in and fighting here? Your units are not fighting back. Of course, I think you might actually take this castle out. I think you will, but the cost was huge for this. Alright, it's down. See, if your units had just turned around and been able to engage against this army, you would have cleared the army because you had enough units, and then you wouldn't be in this position. This is not a good position to be in. Of course, your opponent's not making anything. They're just confident that they're what they have. Oh, they have. Did they get another relic? Yeah, the one down here. Yeah, this is a good place to engage for you, though. And actually, this puts you in a much better position because now they have no castle. Towers can easily be taken out by infantry or your knights. And yeah, the catapults are not gonna be able to handle this. So now you've actually got clear line into their base. And more military. You're rebuilding your military really well. This is really good. At this point, I would like to see maybe more than 2 of these buildings, but because you're building so many different types, you're probably okay. Back to making villagers. Oh, because you lost a bunch in those raids. That's unfortunate. Yeah, try to get your food count a little bit more up. Try to get a couple more farms, like maybe 5 more farms at least. You're not going through food very quickly. Where are you sending this? Why are you sending your villagers here? That is a very weird place to be sending them. Probably a misclick. The other thing too is now you could send these knights and swordsmen forward, take out these towers, and castle that hill. Oh, you're building the wall. Oh no, but you're doing so well. Why would you be trying to wall at this point? You don't need this. Or at least put a gate in it. Well, I guess also there's this whole, like, this does not secure you. People can easily get into your base. It is like the Great Wall of China. You could get around it if you just walked far enough. That military coming back up again. That's really good. Oh, and you can see it. They're coming forward. Yeah, and these knights will get mopped up. They are better upgraded than you, but you've just got more. There is no hole there. So this wall section is taken care of. Okay, so what is your plan? How do you win this game? That's what you gotta start thinking. You've been taking good engagements. I mean, they're good because you just have a ton of military and your opponent keeps trickling, which is good, but you can't assume that's gonna last. A siege workshop doesn't make a lot of sense at this point, especially because you just walled off this area. Now you see they have to walk all the way around and they don't want to do it. They're like, wait, why are we going here? This is ridiculous. So what is your game plan? There's a couple. One, you could just build up a bunch more knights, like build 20 more knights and raid. 30 knights is a huge raiding force. You come in here, you can take out a town center with 30 knights. At this elo, if you take out a town center, you're probably in pretty good shape because your opponent might only have 1. The other is you go up to Imp and get better units. You are taking good engagements against this. Where is that force? They were walking. I think they're walking all the way around. Now, see, that's the problem. You're making them walk all the way around. They're still coming in here, and now they're going to show up here where your villagers are. Or they're going to show up here where your villagers are. Well, I guess your villagers aren't here. You've walled this off. This was a nice choke point that they were just funneling through, and you had it well fortified. Now that you've walled it off, they have other ways into your base. Luckily, your opponent is making really bad choices. Like, you can see this. They're not doing anything good. You need to move forward. You need to move forward with this army. You have... Oh, there's the other bulk of it, but they're going to run right into this castle, this tower. I don't know where this petard is going. Why are your petards going here? They're all going to die. Petards also, you can see, do not do a tremendous amount of damage against units. That's flaming camels that do that. Still send them out. This one's going to die as well. Or maybe not. Yeah, so your opponent's not doing anything that makes any sense at this point. So you got to move forward. This army will clean. If you send this army forward into your opponent's base, it will clean everything up. You might be scared. You might say, oh, but what if they have more castles? What if they have defenses? You don't know what they have. You have no idea. At the very least, send something forward and scout it. You know, send a light cav out to check this out. You will find castles pretty quickly. And if you don't find castles, well, you need to raid. You sitting at home at this point is not going to win you the game. I mean, it might, but it's going to take a really, really, really long time. Or maybe not. Wow, thanks, Blue, for making a liar out of me. Okay, well... Oh, Blue did have another castle. That's funny. Okay, so let's see, what were they doing? I think Blue had kind of run out of resources here, actually. There wasn't a lot of... Oh, there was some gold, but I don't think Blue knew about that. And yeah, I think Blue was just seeing it was hopeless. Okay, well, good job, Red. You outlasted Blue, even though I didn't think that would happen. So, what could you improve on? Actually, your military and villager production was really good for this elo. I'm really happy with it. Like, look at this military you had. You didn't have the best upgraded military, but that's okay because you had more of it. And that's what mattered. The only thing that I would say you could improve on, really, like the biggest thing is more aggressiveness. As soon as you took that castle down, you should have gone for these towers and then just gone in. Like, you could see there was nothing here. There was monastery, right? There was a town center, but knights don't care about the town center. Especially in a mass, a knights can take out the town center. 20 knights against a town center. I mean, you'll lose some knights, but you'll take the town center, which is worth it. And villagers can't engage against knights. You could have really, and your opponent didn't have that many villagers to begin with, so you really could have hamstrung their economy by just hitting them. And you had the units to do it. You could see your opponent didn't have that much of an army. If they had a bigger army, you will find out when you send your knights in. Why is it good to send knights in? Because they can run away. If you need to, you could have run away with them and pulled your opponent's army with you and then killed them in the choke point here where your castle is sitting. So yeah, or if you're not going to do that, then use those resources to go up. Multiple times you had the resources for Imperial Age, but you didn't do it. Imperial Age gives you better technologies. If your opponent's not coming forward and attacking you, there's a good chance that they are going for Imperial Age. So, you know, just the sorts of things that you could work on. But that went pretty well. Anyway, I hope that was interesting to everyone, and I'll see you next time.